Hey, so welcome to my video for the WEB701 Auckland Wool Growers website. I'm just going to quickly run you through this website, which is built in Joomla, my content management system of choice. I'm just going to run you through the minimum website features, really, that are listed on the document, the course outline. I chose Joomla because initially it looked like it was going to be a more suitable CMS than WordPress. For this task, it was an awful lot more challenging, definitely a steeper learning curve, but when I got up to speed with it, I found it to be a nice, flexible, extremely nice to work with CMS, and I learned an awful lot, but definitely a much steeper learning curve than WordPress. Okay, so anyway, the first feature we need is growers and customers can log in and administer their accounts. Okay, so I've created 3 levels of user here. I'm just going to run you through all 3. So an admin, top level, okay? They can edit all of the pages on the website within reason, all of them. One beautiful thing about Joomla that won me over from WordPress almost immediately was the front-end editing feature. So when we log in, like here, we haven't been taken to some back-end portal. There is a back-end if we need it, which has got more functionality, but for simple editing, we can do it all from the front end. It's great. So let's go to the New Zealand Wool page. See, this button has appeared here. It wasn't here before. This is the edit button. We click on this and we can edit the page from the front end. We can change the pictures, we can change the text. Fantastic, we can change the quiz, okay? So we'll cancel that. We don't want to change that page, but the administrator will find when they're logged in that they have this edit button on almost every page, okay? And when they log out, it's gone. Okay, let's go back to New Zealand Wool. It's no longer there, okay? Now if we log in as one of the wool growers, Woolshed Farms, you'll see we get taken immediately to their page in the Our Growers section. They've got the edit button, so they can log in, they can edit. Let's say they log in here. They want to change their phone number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And they can hit save down here. And there we go, new phone number, great. If they go to another, Woolshed Farms are logged in a minute. If they go to Fred Dag Farms, look, no edit button. They can't edit this page because it's not their page. So I can specify down to a user level, very granular, which pages a user can edit, which is fantastic. And they do it all on the front end. Later on in this list, there's a usability for non-technical users, 2 marks. I think that this front end editing really ticks that box massively because farmers don't want to be going into a back end, navigating through menus just to get to their page. They can just log in, hit the edit button, change what they want to change, and then they can carry on with their farming. Yeah, so farmers here. So you'll notice we've got 4 farmers here. In commercial, we've only got 2 farmers listed. I've got an option in the back end when a new farmer is set up that they can have both or just one usually being farmers. But some farmers may have a commercial sized operation and want an extra page which can detail this. So Woolshed Farms do have this option. They have their edit button over here. But again, if we go to Fred Dag Farms, no button because it's not Fred Dag. Once we log out, those buttons have gone. And then the final one, customer. Okay. Now, first of all, a customer needs to create their own account. Someone that wants to register for a newsletter or the like. So don't have an account. Here we go. Let's say Tony wants to register. Tony at t.com. And let's register Tony there. Yep, so message, dear user, registration was successful. So now Tony's logged in. Tony is a customer, he's now registered, he's got his email address, he can administer his account, as can everybody with this edit profile button, okay? But he can't, let's go to Woolshed Farms page, he cannot edit any of the pages, he's just a customer, okay? So there we go, growers and customers can log in and administer their accounts. Let's log out again. So that's the first one. Growers can use the auction system to register their wool. Okay, so this was an interesting one. Joomla doesn't have an auction system. Not a free one anyway. It appeared to when I started off with this project, when I was researching, but when I came to implement one, all of the good ones that had been free are no longer free. Couldn't find a trial version, wasn't willing to pay. My next thought was to create one from scratch. Obviously, a big job, not worth it for this project, I don't think, that much effort. And So I thought, what can I do? New Zealand has a website called Trade Me. It's an auction website. We want to do auctions. Let's let Trade Me worry about the auctions, okay? So I did some investigation, discovered Trade Me had an API. So let's write a module for Joomla, which is what I've done, that can hook into the Trade Me API. It uses zero auth authentication to get into the API. It's got a token registered as it's registered as an app. It can access whenever it needs to. And so when we go to the auctions page, currently we are presented with 3 auctions on Trade Me. It pulls them through, it lists them. I can tell it what I want to pull from Trade Me. So let's see, Finest Merino new. There we go. $1,000 start price reserve 1,000. So yep, that's the 1,000. Fantastic. So let's withdraw that auction and see if it disappears. Hopefully it will. I didn't sell the item. No reason. Okay, so it's not there anymore. Now sometimes there's a lag on this, so it may not work, but it's not worked. There is a lag. If we look on Trade Me, I've still got 4. Wait. See, it's still saying I've got 3 here. So maybe it's not withdrawn. Oh no, it's closed. But it's still appearing on my Trade Me as items I'm selling. So once it disappears from there, it will be gone. So we'll keep an eye on that as we go through this process. You may wonder why Trade Me is in black and white. This is the Trade Me sandbox. It's a free service they offer for developers. It's not the full site, it's a replica. There are issues like this where it's slightly laggy, but it's a great place, a sandbox where you can do whatever you want and just test applications on the Trade Me platform. So yeah, that's what they built it for, but obviously they don't put as many resources into it as they do the full site. So let's wait and see what happens there. One more check. It's refreshing. Come on. Come on. It wants to. Okay, we'll move on. Okay, so the next one. Oh yeah, sorry. Let's just talk about the auction system still. Yeah, so the growers can go to Trade Me, register their own account, look after all of it, register their wall auctions, and they'll be pulled through and displayed on this page. So that's good. Customers again can use the auction system. They can create their own accounts on Trade Me, which they can then use to bid. So we're effectively using Trade Me as a service, okay, which is great. Okay, so web-based. Oh, there we go. We're down to 2 now. So it's gone. Finest Merino is gone now. And if you look on the Trade Me sandbox, it should be gone too. Yeah. So it was just updating there. Okay. Next up, we have got calculator. So I made a calculator, simple JavaScript calculator, put it into a Joomla module again so I could deploy it anywhere I want on the site. So we just use a various set of parameters and we get calculated a price per bale and a total price. So the number of bales can go up, the bale price will stay the same, but the total will go up. Yeah, so there's just a set of parameters there. It's based on the American Wool Strength Index, which I managed to find on the web somewhere. I think it's referenced in my project. It's not a particularly accurate price, but it gives you an idea of how the wool price calculator could work. That's a module that could be developed further, and more parameters, factors could be added based on whatever we want to. That's a reusable module, so that's good. Okay, so that's that. Okay, the interactive elements. So I've put 2 in. I decided a nice thing to put in would be a map that shows where our farmers are. I've used Google Maps for this functionality. It's a bit slow to load sometimes. Let's have a look. So it's coming up. Yep, so I've used Google My Maps. In this you can specify the layout, the colour of your map, the background, and rather nicely, rather than you can use a standard pin, when you put a point on the map, you're actually able to use a custom icon. So I've generated some little sheep, if they ever appear. Here they come. So these little sheep appear everywhere. These are my different sheep. You can put a little, as you click on the sheet, you can put a little description in. You put whatever you want here. Just to test it, I've dropped in the URL of the of that particular farmer. I can go straight through to Fred Dag Farms page from the map. So that's nice and interactive. Not particularly pretty, but it does the job. That needs tidying up really, but apart from that, it's all good. And then I thought we need a little bit more interactivity. I found a Joomla plugin which gives me a nice quiz. So we got a fun wall quiz here for people to do. It's a little Java-based. So let's have a guess. No, we'll try that one. Oh, so we got 1 right. So we've got happy hand here and a sad hand here, so that's false. It must be true. And if it's not a woolly, maybe it's a merino. Let's have a look. Yes, so we got 100% there. We've got that test right. So we've got 2 pieces of interactivity there. We've got the map and we have got the quiz. So that's good. So next one is usability for non-technical users. Again, we've got the front-end editing, which I really like, and we've also got this map, which is nice and usable for everybody. Appearance. Managed to find this beautiful picture of. Let's see if I can find a nice. Yeah. Oh, maybe these pages are good. There's not much content on there yet. This great picture of which really illustrates sheep in the city. I think it's quite bold and striking. The colours are good, and I've managed to match the colours of the borders and the styles up with the colour scheme. Looks really good. Obviously, this is a copyrighted picture. This is just a proof. It'd be great if we could recreate a picture like this. I don't know if the people in Auckland would like that. In terms of stability, I've added a few little features, such as when Woolshed log in, rather getting taken to the admin page, they get taken directly to their page. I've used plugins for this. It's nice and stable. It seems to work really, really well. Yeah, I can't find any stability problems. I'm quite fiendish for testing stuff, and everything appears to work really, really well. Yeah, if you've got any questions, just hit me up. But basically, that's my website.